Psi-Ops. The Mindgate Conspiracy is a third-person action game that combines gunplay with powerful psychic abilities. Developed by Midway, it puts players in the role of Nick Scryer, a soldier with amnesia who must use his psionic powers to stop a global terrorist threat. Players unlock and upgrade abilities like telekinesis, mind control, pyrokinesis, and remote viewing. These powers can be combined with firearms to create dynamic, creative combat. Throwing enemies into walls or setting them on fire never gets old. The visuals are gritty and stylized, with detailed environments ranging from labs to prisons and secret bases. Physics-based interactions add realism to the action. Objects and enemies react naturally to psychic powers, making every battle feel chaotic and intense. Psi-Ops features a story-driven campaign filled with twists, puzzles, and psychic boss fights. As Nick regains his memories, players uncover the truth about the Mindgate project and its rogue agents. Each level encourages different approaches and power usage. The soundtrack builds suspense with dark electronic tones and fast-paced themes during combat. Sound effects, like exploding barrels or a body hitting the wall, are visceral and satisfying. Voice acting helps deliver the game's mysterious sci-fi atmosphere. Fun fact: Psi-Ops gained a cult following for its physics-based gameplay and was praised for letting players get creative with psychic powers. Interestingly, a sequel was planned but canceled after Midway's financial troubles. A demo was even bundled with Mortal Kombat: Deception. Headhunter is a 2001 action-adventure game developed by Swedish studio Amuse and published by Sega. Set in a dystopian near-future Los Angeles, players assume the role of Jack Wade, a former top-tier headhunter who awakens from a coma with amnesia. Tasked with uncovering a conspiracy behind the murder of ACN founder Christopher Stern, Jack must reclaim his license and memories. Gameplay combines third-person shooting with stealth and motorcycle-based traversal. Jack utilizes electric neural projectile weapons designed to incapacitate targets without damaging organs, reflecting the game's theme of organ harvesting from criminals. Between missions, players navigate the city on a motorcycle, adding a racing element to the experience. The narrative unfolds through a mix of FMV cutscenes, satirical news broadcasts, and propaganda commercials, building a rich, immersive world. Jack's journey is supported by Angela Stern, the daughter of the slain ACN founder, and complicated by rival headhunter Hank Redwood. The story delves into themes of corporate control, media manipulation, and bioethics. Visually, Headhunter presents a semi-free roaming environment with detailed urban settings. The game's art direction reflects its dystopian themes, with environments ranging from seedy biker hangouts to high-tech laboratories. The motorcycle segments offer a change of pace, though some players found the controls challenging. Fun fact: Headhunter's unique blend of gameplay and storytelling drew comparisons to titles like Metal Gear Solid, though it carved its own niche with its satirical tone and organ harvesting premise. Despite its innovative aspects, the PlayStation 2 port faced criticism for technical issues not present in the original Dreamcast version. Kill.Switch is a 2003 third-person shooter developed by Namco Home Tech. Players control Nick Bishop, a super soldier manipulated via neural link by a figure known as the Controller. As Nick embarks on covert missions across global hotspots, suppressed memories resurface, revealing a deeper conspiracy behind his actions. The game introduced the offensive cover system, allowing players to take cover behind objects and perform blind fire. This mechanic emphasized strategic movement and positioning, setting a new standard for third-person shooters and influencing future titles in the genre. Players navigate through 15 missions set in diverse locations like the Middle East and North Korea. The gameplay focuses on tactical shooting, with a variety of weapons and environments that require careful use of cover and timing to overcome enemy forces. The game's visuals, powered by the RenderWare engine, deliver detailed environments and character models. The art direction complements the game's intense atmosphere, with realistic settings that enhance the immersive experience. Composer Kevin Manthe crafted a dynamic soundtrack that underscores the game's action-packed sequences. The music adapts to the intensity of combat, enhancing the overall tension and engagement during gameplay. Fun fact: Kill.Switch's innovative cover system directly influenced major titles like Gears of War and Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. Developers of these games have cited Kill.Switch as a foundational inspiration for their own cover mechanics, showcasing its lasting impact on the shooter genre. Freedom Fighters is a 2003 third-person shooter developed by IO Interactive and published by EA Games. Set in an alternate history where the Soviet Union has invaded New York City, players assume the role of Christopher Stone, a plumber-turned resistance leader, fighting to liberate the city from Soviet control. The gameplay combines third-person shooting with squad-based tactics. Players recruit and command up to 12 fighters, directing them with simple orders like follow, attack, and defend. Charisma points, earned by completing objectives, allow for the recruitment of more squad members, enhancing strategic depth. Set across 8 chapters, the game features missions in various urban environments, including sewers, rooftops, and fortified Soviet installations. Players must sabotage enemy operations, rescue allies, and reclaim key locations, all while managing their squad and resources effectively. Visually, Freedom Fighters presents a gritty, war-torn New York, with detailed environments that reflect the ongoing conflict. The game's art direction and level design contribute to an immersive atmosphere, capturing the essence of a city under siege. The soundtrack, composed by Jesper Kyd, features a blend of orchestral and choral elements, enhancing the game's dramatic tone. The music dynamically responds to in-game events, intensifying during combat and providing a somber backdrop during quieter moments. Fun fact, Freedom Fighters was re-released digitally in 2020 by IO Interactive, including the original soundtrack with 2 bonus tracks. Despite plans for a sequel, the project was shelved in favor of developing Kane and Lynch, Dead Men. Total Overdose is a third-person action shooter developed by Deadline Games and released in 2005. Set in Mexico, the game follows Ramiro Cruz, a streetwise criminal recruited by the DEA to uncover the truth behind his father's murder and a drug cartel conspiracy. With a mix of gunplay, humor, and open-world chaos, it channels the energy of classic action films. Gameplay is centered around fast-paced, arcade-style shooting with a combo system that rewards stylish kills. Players can perform crazy stunts like wall flips, diving shots, and spinning attacks while dual-wielding pistols or shotguns. The game also includes a variety of vehicles to hijack and missions to complete in a semi-open environment. The story takes place across fictional Mexican towns, mixing urban slums, desert landscapes, and cartel compounds. Ramiro's journey uncovers corruption, betrayal, and revenge, all while serving over-the-top action and cheeky humor. His twin brother Tommy, a DEA agent, plays a crucial role in the unfolding plot. Weapons range from classic firearms to explosive piñatas and El Mariachi-style guitar case guns. Special moves like the Golden Gun or Tornado Kick add even more flair to the combat. Time slows down during shootouts, giving players a cinematic feel and more control over their action sequences. The soundtrack blends Latin rock, hip-hop, and punk, perfectly matching the game's chaotic tone. Voice acting features strong performances, especially from Ramiro, who delivers one-liners and sarcasm in the face of non-stop carnage. The visuals are colorful and exaggerated, emphasizing style over realism. Fun fact, Total Overdose was originally planned as a trilogy, but sequels were canceled after the studio shut down. It also features references to Robert Rodriguez's Mexico trilogy, especially Desperado. Its blend of humor and action earned it a cult following, despite mixed critical reviews. Dead to Rights is a 2002 third-person action game developed by Namco. Players assume the role of Jack Slate, a Grant City police officer framed for murder. After escaping prison, Jack embarks on a quest to uncover the truth behind his father's death and dismantle the city's corrupt underworld. The gameplay combines intense gunfights with hand-to-hand combat and puzzle solving. Jack utilizes a variety of weapons and martial arts moves to defeat enemies. The game also features bullet time mechanics, allowing players to slow down time during combat for strategic advantage. Throughout the game, players navigate diverse environments, from gritty urban streets to high-security prisons. The levels are designed to challenge players with a mix of combat scenarios and interactive elements, such as disarming bombs and rescuing hostages. A unique aspect of Dead to Rights is Jack's canine companion, Shadow. Players can command Shadow to attack enemies or retrieve weapons, adding a strategic layer to the gameplay. Certain sections even allow players to control Shadow directly to access areas Jack cannot reach. The game's soundtrack, composed by Kevin Manthe and Kevin Riepel, complements the intense action sequences and noir atmosphere. The voice acting and cinematic cutscenes further immerse players in the game's gritty narrative. Fun fact: Dead to Rights was among the first games to feature a fully integrated bullet time mechanic, predating similar systems in other popular titles. Its innovative use of a canine partner in combat also set it apart from contemporaries in the action genre. Second Sight is a 2004 sci-fi action-adventure game developed by Free Radical Design and published by Codemasters. Players control John Vadek, a parapsychologist who awakens in a medical facility with amnesia and newfound psychic abilities. As he escapes and uncovers his past, Vatic learns of a covert mission in Siberia and a conspiracy involving psychic research. The gameplay blends third-person shooting, stealth, and psychic powers. Players can use telekinesis, healing, and astral projection to navigate levels and combat enemies. The game encourages strategic use of these abilities, with some sections favoring stealth over direct confrontation. Set across various locations in the US and Siberia, the story unfolds through present-day events and flashbacks. Vatic's journey reveals a deeper plot involving military experiments and the manipulation of psychic powers, leading to a climactic confrontation with those responsible. Visually, Second Sight presents detailed environments that reflect its espionage and sci-fi themes. The game's art direction and level design contribute to an immersive atmosphere, capturing the essence of a world where psychic abilities are real and dangerous. The soundtrack, composed by Graham Norgate and Christian Markison, complements the game's tone with a mix of ambient and orchestral pieces. The music enhances the narrative's emotional depth and the tension of stealth and combat sequences. Fun fact: Second Sight's innovative use of psychic abilities influenced later games in the genre. Despite its initial release in 2004, the game was re-released on Steam in 2021, introducing it to a new generation of players. Rogue Trooper is a 2006 third-person shooter developed by Rebellion Developments. Set on the war-torn planet New Earth, players control Rogue, a genetically engineered soldier seeking revenge against the traitor general who betrayed his comrades. The game blends action and strategy, drawing inspiration from the 2000 AD comic series. Gameplay features a cover system, allowing players to strategically engage enemies. Rogue's arsenal includes an upgradable rifle, deployable turrets, and various grenades. The game encourages tactical approaches, combining stealth and direct combat to overcome challenges. Rogue is accompanied by biochips containing the personalities of his fallen comrades, Gunner, Helm, and Bagman. These AI companions assist in combat, hacking, and equipment management, adding depth to both gameplay and narrative. The game's environments depict the toxic landscapes of New Earth, with missions ranging from infiltration to sabotage. The level design supports multiple playstyles, allowing players to choose between stealth and aggressive tactics. The soundtrack complements the game's sci-fi atmosphere, enhancing the immersive experience. Voice acting brings the characters to life, with interactions between Rogue and his biochip companions, providing both exposition and camaraderie. Fun fact: in 2017, Rogue Trooper Redux was released, offering enhanced graphics and updated gameplay for modern platforms. The original game was nominated for BAFTA Awards in 2006 for Best Character and Best Story and Character. Syphon Filter. The Omega Strain is a 2004 third-person shooter developed by Sony Bend and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. As the fourth installment in the Syphon Filter series, the game introduces players to a new recruit in the International Presidential Consulting Agency, IPCA, tasked with combating a global bioterrorism threat. Departing from previous titles, players create a customizable character instead of controlling series protagonist Gabe Logan. The game offers a non-linear mission structure across 17 international locations, allowing players to choose objectives and unlock new weapons and equipment through progression. The gameplay combines third-person shooting with stealth elements. Players have access to over 100 weapons and gadgets, including assault rifles, grenades, and night vision goggles. Missions can be approached solo or cooperatively with up to 4 players, emphasizing teamwork and strategy. The narrative unfolds across various global hotspots, including Carthage, Michigan, Belarus, and Myanmar. Players uncover a conspiracy involving the Omega Strain virus, leading to confrontations with international terrorists and corrupt officials. The story is told through in-game briefings and cutscenes. The game's soundtrack, composed by Mark Snow and Mike Reagan, complements the intense action sequences and atmospheric settings. Voice acting and character interactions further immerse players in the unfolding drama of global espionage and counterterrorism. Fun fact: originally, the game's opening missions were set in Toronto, Canada. However, due to concerns over depicting terrorist attacks in a real city, the setting was changed to the fictional Carthage, Michigan. Remnants of the original setting, such as images of the Toronto skyline, remain in the final game. Without Warning is a 2005 third-person shooter developed by Circle Studio and published by Capcom. Set within a chemical plant overtaken by terrorists, the game unfolds over a 12-hour period, allowing players to experience the crisis through the perspectives of 6 different characters, including Special Forces operatives and civilians. Gameplay varies based on the character. Special Forces members and the security guard engage in fast-paced shooting sequences, utilizing a cover system to combat enemies. In contrast, the secretary and cameraman rely on stealth, with limited means to defend themselves, emphasizing evasion and strategic movement through hostile environments. The narrative structure is reminiscent of the TV series 24, with events occurring simultaneously across different characters' storylines. Players switch between characters at pivotal moments, witnessing how individual actions impact the broader mission to thwart the terrorist threat and prevent the plant's destruction. Visually, the game presents a detailed industrial setting, capturing the tension of a facility under siege. The atmosphere is intensified by the constant threat of explosions and the urgency conveyed through the intertwining storylines of the 6 protagonists. The soundtrack and voice acting aim to enhance the immersive experience, though some critics noted inconsistencies in audio quality. The game's pacing and character development strive to maintain player engagement throughout the unfolding crisis. Fun fact: despite being developed by veterans of the Tomb Raider series, Without Warning received generally unfavorable reviews, leading Circle Studio to shift focus to DVD games before closing in 2007. The game's unique multi-perspective approach remains a notable experiment in narrative-driven shooters.